mind, and then I will just going to make sure you are unmuted. Awesome. Welcome, 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 everybody. So excited. We have our international call on with Marina Worre. And so she is going to be jumping on in just a minute. Thank you so much for being on. We have people on from the Caribbean, from Italy, from France, from Poland, from Connecticut, from London. We got them all from all over to hear this amazing woman. I am beyond excited. First, I want to congratulate Marina. I don't know if any guys saw her live yesterday, but the news from Las Vegas went to go cover everything that has been happening at the studio. And what I love about Marina, the thing that I love most about her is, you know, you've heard Eric say yes, tell the world and figure it out. And that is what this woman does. She makes a decision, like a real resolve, and it's done, right? I mean, she doesn't even think about how she's going to get it done. She just knows. She has such a vision and purpose and decision. I mean, she is truly one of the most badass and beautiful women I've ever met. She's an amazing mama. I mean, when you see her, she truly, truly walks her talk. I'm sure you see it through her lives and everything that she's doing. When she said she was doing the most powerful women in network marketing event or deciding that they were going to build that studio, or everything that she does. And not only does she make it happen, she makes it happen with such elegance and grace. And I think that's what we're all doing, right? Like, we're all here we want to grow our businesses, and we want to be the best that we can be, but truly by walking our talk. I mean, put in the chat here if that's what you want. And I know that I do. And I'm very blessed I remember when I first met her and I was like, man, I go, that is an extraordinary woman. And I'm so blessed to have you here, Marina. Thank you so much. I know there's lots of amazing, cool things happening that we can't share with everybody quite yet, but I've seen some of them. And then you were in New York City in the big, down there in the big, what is that?
Times
that big
Square
kiosk thing.
Yeah, it's on the Times Square. Yeah, it was like one of those buildings.
It was awesome. It was so awesome. I was like a little kid when I saw it happen. I was like jumping up and down.
You know the crazy story about that thing, because like it's actually not a Photoshop. It's actually happened. And I told Eric, it's like, I want to fly to New York and I want to take a picture in front of it. He's like, you're an insane woman. It's like a 5-hour flight one way, 5-hour flight another way to come back home just to take a picture in front of the picture. I was like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea. I don't have time for it. But yeah, I'd seriously consider that.
That's so cool, though. It was awesome. But Marina, I am so grateful for you taking this 30 minutes. I know you're back to back with calls. And, you know, you and I talk all the time that your mission really is to help women, especially, understand their brilliance that's in them and help them to unleash that, no excuses. And, you know, what do you see? I mean, you've seen a lot. You heard a lot. I mean, I heard a lot of people excited, but you also heard a lot of people saying why they couldn't do things now. And what do you see are the top issues facing women and maybe women in network marketing right now? Thank you for joining us. First of all, you got the world on. So I'm going to manage the chat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lauren, for having me. It's my great honor and pleasure because, first of all, you're one of my dear friends, and but you're also one of those badass women that I respect so much, because you also live your, you walk your talk, and you leading by example, and your entire life is I hope you're going to write more books about it, because it's so awesome and it's just so unique and so inspirational. But and you guys, I hope you realize how lucky you are to have this legend being your leader and being the woman that you can aspire to be, and who is pouring her heart and soul to all of you guys. So I hope you understand the true gem that you have in Lauren. But with what I see right now, it's happening, and I think that there are several reasons why. Because here's the thing: my biggest question was always, especially when I started the women's event. We have 77% of all distributors representing the entire profession, women, right? But when you look at the top, it's not 77% of women at the top. it's a completely different percentage. So for me, it was always the question, if we have so much raw material of amazing powerhouse women, why we don't have the same percentage reflected at the top of the companies? And I think the reason why is because, yes, we have some hopes and goals and dreams on a smaller level, enough to enter the profession, but we do not have enough, believe in ourselves. We do not have enough of sometimes forgiveness to ourselves for the past mistakes, or for not being perfect, or for not, living up to our own expectation. I think we do not necessarily have not the drive, but the permission for the drive, the permission to dream big, to build big, because a lot of women, millions and millions and millions, majority of women, when we were little girls, we were told that you're nothing, you're nobody, you're just a woman, you cannot achieve big dreams, so don't even try. And a lot of women bought into that nonsense. A lot of women bought into the story that they just need to be a small little piece of the puzzle in somebody else's bigger picture. And because of that, we're not giving ourselves permission to dream big and go and chase those goals. And even when we get to the certain level, and I know Lauren, I love her so much, but I even know sometimes she also questions like, am I good enough? Am I deserving all of this? Am I, some of those self-worthiness issues starts kicking in. And that's with a lot of leaders. You guys will be surprised how many top leaders questioning that. And I was meeting yesterday another really big PR firm. We just had a kind of like dinner with them, and they work with a lot of celebrities. And she told me, she's like, Marina, you are so right. You would be surprised. A lot of the Hollywood celebrities and all the movie stars and everybody else, I asked them the same question, and you would be surprised how also they are conscious about their self-worthiness, and that imposter syndrome is such a big deal. So those are things that are, in my opinion, stopping women from playing full out. This is, in my opinion, the reason why we do not have 77% of women representing the top of their companies. So my goal is to kind of like shatter all of those myths. My goal is to help women to believe in themselves, to realize that they have all the amazing gifts and power that they have inside of them, and they don't need anybody's permission to do that except their own. And so kind of like having the ability to inspire as many women as I possibly can is definitely my mission, my passion. But one of the things that I'm seeing right now, more than anything, the feedback from women is overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this. It's just too much. It's just my business, my life, my now kids, because they were supposed to be in school and now they're not in school anymore. And now I have to become a tutor. And on top of everything else I'm already managing, now also teaching my kids, it's just too much. It drives me insane. So that's kind of like one of the common feedback that I keep hearing from a lot of women around the world. And you know what's interesting? I am one of those women too. I'm one of those women that right now I'm managing so much stuff, and Lauren mentioned just some of it, but we're in a huge PR launch of the studio. And I'm doing interviews back to back with different news stations, magazines, newsletters. I mean, it's just insane. At the same time, I'm in the middle of PR, in the middle of the promo and the launch of the women's event that is happening in May. So that's another thing. And kind of like if that was not enough, Eric and I, we started Network Marketing Pro 12 years ago. But because COVID, we had to pivot so drastically. We had to adapt to the new norm and the way the world is spinning right now, in such a drastic way that it changed our business model completely. So now 12 years later, I have a startup. It's a 12-year-old startup that I'm doing right now too. And I'm trying to manage that side of the business. So, and the startup with the studio. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And even sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just one woman. I mean, it's like, I don't have enough hours in a day. How I'm going to manage all of that? And what's interesting, I don't know if you guys seen, I did a live probably like a week ago. So I was doing a bunch of those calls like I typically do, like what are we doing right now with my team, with everybody else. And Eric kind of like, hey, I want you to be on that other call. Can you jump in? I was like, yeah, I have half an hour in my day. And just so you guys see, and I'll try to show you something, you know, like, this is my, I don't know if you guys can see it. This is my calendar every single day. You know, all these reds, they're mine. So I have calls back to back to back, and I'm fitting with those white spots. I'm fitting the other things that I need to do with my team to catch up with my emails, to do what other job that I'm doing on a daily basis. These are just scheduled calls and Zooms, right? So, and I had a half an hour gap, and I did not have anything for food, for lunch, none of that stuff. That was kind of like not even part of my equation. So, and he's like, I need you to jump on that call. I'm sitting on that call, and he's like, and okay, guys, I want you afterwards, I want you to jump on another call so you can summarize whatever. And I was like, dude, I do not have time. I do not have time to jump on all these calls. I have shit to do. And I started bawling. And all of a sudden, I'm just crying out of nowhere. And he's like looking at me like, what is going on here? And I'm like, I just don't have enough hours in a day. I can't breathe. It's just too much. So I immediately realized, first of all, I was in an overwhelmed state, right? I was like stressed. And I was like, okay, I need a couple minutes. So I had like 10 minutes between my calls. I got myself together, and I was like, okay. I mean, it's like, I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to throw a pity party for myself. I have another call in 5 minutes. So I better get my shit together, and I'm going to run. So I'm like sitting on the next call, and I'm already kind of like back to my normal self. I'm kind of like giving assignments. I'm back to being my badass and all that stuff. So he walks into the room, and like half an hour later, an hour later, looks at me. I was like, dang, that was fast. I was like, I don't have time. I do not even have time to feel sorry for myself. All right. I don't have time in my day. So, and the day went on. And interestingly enough, so first of all, like I said, I realized exactly what happened to me. I realized that I was in a state of overwhelm. I realized that I was stressed. But because I'm on a certain level of awareness in my life, that it takes me a very short period of time to get me out of that state, where a lot of people would spend days and weeks being, oh my gosh, my life sucks, and oh my gosh, it's so bad, and it's so not fair, and all that stuff. Because of maturity where I am today, and I'm like far from being like where I want to be, right? So don't think that like I got all that stuff figured out. I'm still on my journey too, but at least I have a very short period of time to get myself out of that, right? So that day, surprisingly enough, you know, divine timing, I was welcoming Maria Forleo to the clubhouse. I was among some of the people who were honored to be part of the team and moderating that clubhouse call, or whatever you want to call it, that room. So and Marie, I don't know if you guys saw her at the challenge that she did for virtual GoPro event. She's an amazing. She's the author of the Everything is Figure Outable. And I feel like, even though I haven't met her personally yet, I feel like her and I think a lot alike. So I'm asking her, I was like, Marie, I know you figured out how to not get into the state of the overwhelm. Your life feels more peaceful, and you at the same time very productive. You're very successful. How do you do that? Because like as a leader in my space, I get that question asked a lot, that women are overwhelmed. How do you deal with the overwhelm? And she's like, Marina, I don't do overwhelm. I was like, what? And she's like, I don't do overwhelm. And I was like, it sounds simple to the point that it's almost like stupid simple. But for me, it was such a revelation. It was such an aha moment, because I was like, man, I am doing overwhelm to myself. I am doing stress to myself. I am doing fear to myself. We all do those things to ourselves, because nobody forced you to schedule all of those things in the same day. Nobody forced you to schedule 2 launches at the same time. You could have waited, but you made that decision. So maybe I overestimated a little bit my abilities, but at the same time, I made that decision. I made a decision what my day looks like. And I realized that I need to structure my day way better. I need to structure my day in the point that I need to do me. I need to do me first so I can do everything else better. So I can, once my cup is full, I can fill up everybody else's cup. And at that moment in time, I made a decision that, you know what, I'm just gonna be, because I love working out, and it's kind of like once you get into that rhythm, it's easier to stay in the rhythm, but it's, especially when you're busy, it's really easy to get out of the rhythm, and it's hard to get back into the rhythm. I was like, you know what, I need to start scheduling my day in a way that I can do me first, so I can do everything else later. And I want to work out in the morning, because if I don't do it in the morning, I'm not going to do it in the evening. I want to spend a little bit of a time so I can think, because I create better in the mornings, because in the evening I'm already so tired and I have so many things happening in my brain. So I want to dedicate a little bit of that time in the morning for myself. So I don't know what it is for you guys. It might be yoga, it might be excuse me, it might be meditation, it might be your Zumba class, it might be whatever it might be. Just go play with your kids in the backyard, or go to, I don't know, sauna, whatever, spa. I mean, it's like whatever it is for you, go ride on the bike, whatever it is for you, find that little bit of a time and just even put it on the calendar. It's me hour, it's me 30 minutes, it's me whatever. And you do you for that period of time, so you can re-energize, so you can tackle whatever that day is going to bring with a different energy. And you know what is crazy? Since that, my energy different. My schedule didn't change, honestly. I still have a lot of stuff going on. I still have millions of things happening at the same time, but my energy changed. I am not running around kind of like whole stressed energy. I am more calm. I am kind of like feeling that, even though control is kind of like weird things, right, to say, because I'm a control freak on one side, but I am in control of my emotion. I'm in control of my energy. I'm in control of not getting into that state of the overwhelm. And I decided, it's like, I'm not doing overwhelm anymore. So yes, I'm working as crazy as I did before this conversation, but I'm working with a completely different attitude and a completely different energy. And you guys cannot believe how revealing it was for me, and how kind of like, you know, it's just like all kind of like the weight and the chains dropped. And now all of a sudden I'm kind of like, I'm flying, you know, instead of crawling, instead of kind of like being super stressed, I'm flying with a lot of kind of like free spirit and energy that is just actually way more productive. So sorry, Lauren, that was a very long answer to your question.
No, it's amazing. And I think I think it's so very important, because like you said, you know, like, I don't think, you know, even when people told you, I'm just using you as an example, when people told you that there was no way that you were going to do the studio, there was no way it was going to happen. I mean, I remember you heard it so many times from people and you just didn't hear it. So like what Marina was saying to you, I don't hear that word over. It's like people were using the word anxiety, and I've never had that, use that word in my vocabulary. So I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what does that understand? It's like, you get to choose, you get to be the wordsmith for yourself. So you got to choose those words really, really important. And like you said, you know, at Life Mastery, I always use the example, where's the first place the heart delivers blood to? And lots of people say the brain, the head, you know, whatever, it's the heart. You got to give it, you know, with the oxygen mask or whatever it is. But like you said, and schedule it. I think that's the most important thing that you said, Marina, is that you still do those activities, and you literally are putting yourself under voluntary stress, right, by taking those things on. But you have such a big vision for what you want to create. I mean, I look at you and you don't just do those meetings, you do it because you know what's gonna happen because of you doing those meetings too. I think that's, you know, like, you're like, okay, I've got however many Zoom calls today that I'm going to do for these teams, you know, and let's crank it out. But I just love it. And like you said, I love how honest you are. You know, you're an everyday woman like everybody else on the line going through life. And, you know, I
Right.
love what you said, that what you do now to stay centered and grounded, you know, amongst this chaos, but the chaos is always going to be there, right? So
Right.
Sally has a question. Sally's on from the UK. Sally, I think that you're going to ask a question, but before that, what's one habit, Marina, that you have that is just, that is kind of your winning formula for success in your life? What would you say one winning formula is for you?
I think that my kind of like my attitude, because you and I have very similar attitude to life and business in general, the badass, right? So for me is wake up, kick ass, repeat, right? So I wake up every day, I kick ass, sometimes my own ass, and I repeat it next day because it's kind of like, it's interesting because it's so easy to kind of like, hey, I'm a badass. Hey, look at me, I'm a badass. But it's a responsibility that you need to carry every single day. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't feel like one. Sometimes you feel overwhelmed. Sometimes you feel stressed. Sometimes you feel anything but a badass. And sometimes that you need to psych yourself up and bring that attitude, because to me, it's like, it's even responsibility. It's a responsibility to myself. It's a responsibility because even though we're utilizing the word badass, but in kind of like in more appropriate language, it would be confidence. I was a confident woman when I was a little kid, right? My mom told me that I can achieve everything I want in life. And I was naive enough and I believed that. But then life started happening to me. I became a single mom. I went through the verbal abuse, and it was pretty stressful for me because at that time I bought into all that nonsense, and I lost myself. I lost my confidence. I lost the respect to the woman I've become. And it was a tough time in my life. So, and at the same time, I lost all of my assets because my ex didn't manage them properly. So here I am, broke financially, single mom, but most importantly, and the worst part of that, I was broken emotionally. And that broken emotionally state lasted for quite some time. And it took me time to find my strength and my power back. But when I did find it, first of all, I decided, as like, I never want to lose it again. I never want to go back there. But in one way, I realized that I'm a lucky few that were told since I was a little girl that I can achieve things, and I'm smart and I'm powerful. I can do whatever I want in life. But there is also, so one part of my mission was always to, at least in the recent years, is to never lose my strength and my power again, but also inspire all the women who were just like me, who had it and lost it in their journey through life, find it back again, but also to all these women who never were told that they're badass, who never were told that they can achieve anything they want in life, to help them build that confidence, build that posture, build that, strength and power in themselves, so they can live a better life. Because in my opinion, there is nothing sexier than confident and financially independent woman, period, end of story. And it's not, I'm not saying it with disrespect to all the guys, it's like, I love my husband. He's an amazing man. I keep telling him that he's a unicorn, and men like him are very, very rare creatures in this world. But from the female perspective, from a mama perspective, from a mama bear perspective, I want all of you girls to be financially independent and free, so you can make decisions in your life based on your needs, based on your desires, based on the amazing future you're building for yourself and for your team and for your kids and for the generations to come, but not based on the price tag. The last thing I want you to do is to build your future based on the price tag. If that humongous mansion makes you happy, I want you to be able to afford it. And you don't have to justify why, and you don't have to apologize why, and you don't have to respond to anybody. If that makes you happy, screw everybody. Get it. Because if you want your kids to go through this private school because you believe that that education can help and set them on a better path, I want you to be able to afford it. I don't want you to ask permission from anybody if that makes sense or doesn't, or if you can't afford it or you can. I want you to be able to write that check. And the crazy part, network marketing gives us that opportunity. Network marketing is such an amazing vehicle that gives every woman the opportunity to become financially free. In the journey, build that confidence. In the journey, become that badass. In that journey to build that strength and power so you can do whatever you want with your life, and you can do it on your term. You can do it on your time, around your family schedule, around the kids' activities, around everything else that is going on in your life. That's why, in my opinion, it's the perfect business for all the women, because you can do it on your term. So for me, that's why, I'm so passionate about it, and I hope you guys can feel it, because I want women to be financially free. I want women to be financially independent, and everything I do is designed for that specific mission. The Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing event, the virtual GoPro event, everything we do inside of our company, it's to help men and women to step into their true potential and live the life that they deserve.
Well, if that's everybody's, I wish you could, I don't know if you can see everybody, but everybody's like cheering you on. It's like, that's a mic drop moment for sure. And I know, the other thing I respect about you, Marina, is just, you're willing to invest. You're investing in the fact that, that you guys are doing this event, that you're doing this event for free. Like, I think everybody was like, what? She's doing this, and you're investing a lot of money. I know how much you're investing to make this happen. What makes you say, you just have so much certainty that you know that this is a vehicle. Is that what you would, I know that you got to go in like 3 minutes. I just want to, maybe you can just end on that, because I know how much this means to you. And I know that you put your heart and soul in everything that you do. You guys, their studio, can I just tell you something? Yeah. I've been at other virtual studios, just FYI. And their studio, you can't even see a wire. It's like so meticulous. It's so gorgeous. You could eat off of the floors because it's so beautiful. That's how she does everything in her life. It's just, because she knows, that's a representation of who she is and what they stand for. And same thing with this event. Maybe I think we just have 2 minutes, because I know you have to go to another call. Is there anything you wanted to share? I really want to thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, because I know that everybody calling me crazy because the event is absolutely free. Eric and I investing multiple 7 figures, just so you guys understand. So your ticket is free. My ticket to the women's event is multiple 7 figures, just to kind of like put it in perspective. But the reason why I'm doing it free is because I have a very big vision. If you probably heard, if you've been around me and Eric, and our life mantra and mantra to success is say yes, tell the world, figure it out. And that's how we do everything. And that's the true principle. We're not just saying it because it sounds cool, but we're saying it because that's exactly how we do. So my goal was like, let's figure out the way how we can make this event for free. So everybody, first of all, we can inspire way more women than we could have done if we charge for the ticket. But at the same time, my goal is just imagine when we're gonna have 150,000, because that's my goal. It's like anything below 100,000, I'm really upset. 150,000, I'll feel good. 200,000, I'll feel like, yay, we did a great job. But 100,000 people at that event, I will be upset. Okay. And right now, I just looked at the numbers today. We have almost 40,000 people registered for this event. An event is still happening in a little more than a month. So we still have another month to promote it. So my goal is to put 150,000 women and men into that event. And now imagine what's going to happen, because I know you guys are connecting from anywhere in the world, Europe, a lot of different countries. And I keep hearing it's like, oh, you guys are good. In States, you all love network marketing and everybody accepting it and then blah, 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 blah. But in Poland, it's different. In Italy, it's different. And the Italians, they don't understand network marketing, and network marketing as a profession does not have the same respect. Well, here's the thing. I travel the world. I speak all over the world in all different countries, and Eric and I consult with a lot of companies inside of our profession. And trust me, people do not understand network marketing everywhere around the world, including United States. People do not respect our profession with the way it should be respected. They do not understand what we do. They do not understand what we have to offer. They do not see the gift. They being resistant, they being, all of that stuff. So my goal on one side is to break all of that, because Eric and I, we want to raise the bar of our profession so high that it finally takes the deserved place in the world as a respected profession that gives everybody the opportunity to test their entrepreneurial muscles and build financial freedom for themselves. That's what our profession can give. And my goal is to break all that stigma and put our profession on a higher level. Because here's the thing, Virtual GoPro is the largest virtual event in the world. It still is. There is nobody, as far as I know, who broke that record. Once we do the women's event with 150,000 women, it's going to be another world record. And I'm going to bring the Guinness Book of Records to to make sure that everybody understands that's the record. Okay. So do you think people will start talking? It's like, what is that network marketing thing? What are we talking here? It's like, what's going on? Who are these people? So that's one side, right? That's one vision. The other vision, all of them are women. Everybody's like, who the heck are these women? It's like, what are they doing? It's like, why they are so powerful? What is all about this? So they will be finally seeing us as women for who we are, for the true power that we have, that we can change the world, that we can inspire the world, that we can influence, and not just make an event. To me, Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing, it's not just an event. It's a mission. It's the movement. It's my passion. It's something that I want to make sure that outlasts me. There will be new leaders coming in and leading my torch and holding my torch and bringing it to the future. So that's what I want to accomplish with this event. And I don't know, maybe kind of like closer to the event, we're going to start charging for it, but we'll see. But right now it's absolutely free. So if you do not register for the event, I don't know what are you waiting for? Because here's the thing, I can teach you how to cook, but I cannot make you hungry. I can do everything in my power to put all the stops away, to make it free, to bring the biggest and the best and the most badassest of the celebrities and the speakers to give you such an amazing value. Just like I said, that one little tip from Marie Forleo changed my life already so dramatically. You're gonna get so many nuggets like that. It's like nugget after nugget after nugget that can totally transform your life. So if you don't participate at this event, I don't know what else can put you 10 steps ahead and 10 years ahead of where you are right now. So make sure to register, because like I said, there is nothing to lose. You only can gain, but not just register. Make sure you show up. Make sure every single person on your team shows up, because yes, it's free. It's kind of like easy come, easy go. And there is no kind of like strings attached, and you will think it's like, if I missed one day or half a day, no big deal. That half a day, you might be missing the most important message that was meant for you, but because you were not present, you didn't hear it. And that life-changing transformational moment that could have put you on the map and could have put you on a path of becoming a badass and a 7-figure income earner, you will miss it. I don't know what else I can do. So you need to be present. You need to register. You need to participate. You need to make sure every single person, guys and girls, participate on your team. And it's just going to be in my opinion, the most transformational event that network marketing have seen in decades.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for going longer. Marina, what I want to share, can you imagine if you guys shared that much passion, like what she just shared about your business? Everybody would be, how would you guys feel? How would your business be different? So really, that's what it's about, you guys. We need to be the people that are out there, that they feel our passion, that it's our confidence, and know that it's so magnetic, right? And we can learn from, what I love is how learning from people in different companies, right? And it's like she said, certainty is so sexy, and it's that confidence that we're looking for. That's what people buy. No matter what our products are, even though we have an amazing company with amazing products, it's our certainty that sells. So let's all, do this. I know that you guys got tons and tons of value from this. We just got to say yes to everything that, is serving us. Say yes and tell the world, and let's go. I'm not going for 150. I've got 200,000 actually on my manifestation board. So Our
Let's do
boards
it.
are
Let's do it,
conflicting. We gotta
girl.
raise yours, so.
Your connection, Lauren, is kind of bad. We're losing you a little
You
bit.
guys, we can do this. I've told you why they couldn't afford to go to conference. Oh, sorry. So
That's all right.
everybody, just think about what all the excuses that people had of why they couldn't go. Thanks, Marina. Bye.
I love you
Can hear me
guys.
now?
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
bye.
Yes, thank you so
Love you.
much, guys, for
Bye.
having me.
Bye.
I'm gonna bounce to my next call, but I cannot wait to see all of you at the Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing event. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.